call the meeting to order.
Is it a full place or empty place or what?
No, we have two visitors from the Royal. And,
Great, okay.
I'm sorry? And other than that, there's nobody here, it's just us.
Okay.
Typical in the Heights.
We're missing, excuse me one second. I'm in a meeting, what's up? Oh. Okay. I'll talk to you first thing in the morning, because I'll need to know whether you need me for tomorrow. No, I haven't talked to you.
How many pieces ago? Peggy?
Who are we missing? No.
And,
Yeah, Todd, is Todd coming? Is he gonna dial in?
No, I just said he'd dial in, but he'd be late, so.
Okay.
Kayla, the lady, Kayla,
And, yeah, what's her name? Joan.
Joan.
All right. We have a set of minutes from November the 26th.
Do they have a quorum?
Hearing no objections, they will be accepted as submitted. Hearing none, so ordered. Property managers report. Ladies, what have you got for us tonight?
You want me to start? For the Royal, snow removal procedures were sent out regarding snow removals to make sure that residents what to expect when the contractor is on site. There was also a parking audit notice that was sent out on January 2nd about ongoing parking issues. So I'm doing an audit to try to identify illegal parked vehicles. Also, in reference to floor replacements, we're still waiting on the delivery of the flooring. So once we get any update on that, I know it's been a little bit overwhelming for the residents on their wait on this, but it's beyond our control. It hasn't got to the warehouse. So we're waiting on that. Details will become further. And also the resident activities, we have not, it's been delayed due to unforeseen circumstances, but just keep an eye out because we're gonna have updates now for February.
Okay. So I have to ask, do we have any indication at all what the timing is on the floor replacements?
Sheila's working on that. We've been contacting the delivery people and see what's going on with that.
And they just, they
We're in the
can't
process of
give us, they
trying.
can't give us anything.
They haven't given us any update.
That's, we really have to get on top of that. But
Yeah.
Todd's got
So
to-
Marisol, I'm working with Todd on that. If there's any safety issues, like 1 or 2 units that need to be done until the flooring comes in, you can order that separately from Dion.
Okay, I do have a list of residents that are a major concern, about 5 so far. So I'll inspect them with Caesar on Thursday to see which ones to look into first.
Okay, let me know on those. I'll get approval from Todd to get those 5 orders separately.
Okay.
Yeah, because we do have a couple that are becoming a safety issue, and we just...
Yeah, we want to take care of those rather than wait for that order.
We got to do something about that.
Okay.
Actually, Todd's just logging on now, so you may just want to repeat that so he can hear it.
Okay.
Todd, welcome to the meeting. Hello, Todd.
Thank you.
There you are.
Fine.
Todd, we're just saying that the floor issue is becoming a safety issue now, so we'll get you a list of the ones that we really need to get on top of before we have a problem. And we'll see if we can't keep moving on those right away.
Yeah, and I 100% agree, and we will have the flooring material ready and available, and the contractor will also be available, so.
Okay.
We've got about 5 units, Todd, that need to be done right away.
All right, so if you need to send me the list, and then we'll take care of it from there.
Perfect.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'll inspect them and I'll send the list over.
All right, moving right along. Myrna, what do you got for the Heights?
For the Heights, we have the patios. So we are continuing repairing the work on the patios, as the patios that were identified. Due to the weather conditions, we have some delays as it's extremely cold outside. So we have sent notice to those patios that they have been identified, and we let them know that as weather gets better, we continue on the process to correct the patios. Maintenance schedule, the same routines. We just have air filters replacement for this month. In parking issues, we continue and monitor vehicles, non-authorized vehicles that are parking in the property, still working with stickers, and we're just gonna send an update, letting them know that if you switch cars or whatever, for whatever reason don't have a sticker, to make sure they get those stickers on. Even people are in the misconception that when you have a driveway, you don't need to have a sticker, but everybody needs to have a sticker since we have the issue of like cars being just dumped into the property. The same thing with the snow removal. We have put signs in the areas with no parking should be allowed during the snowstorms. But if the residents don't move the cars, the contractor can't clean the streets. So we're gonna send another reminder about that as well. We already have signs through the property, like on the cul-de-sac and the Alamonio streets, that they shouldn't park the cars there. You know, they use it as parking spaces as well, because their streets are not being cleaned properly due to the residents not moving their cars. And that's it.
Okay. In terms of the snow removal, again, I want to remind everybody, I know we sent a notice out at the Royal, we're sending one out here at the Heights. People, I appreciate the difficulty for some, especially at the Royal. We have some people who have a serious difficulty getting their car dug out when there's snow. But we are not an assisted living facility. We are an independent living facility. People have to be responsible for their own vehicle. We, as the notice said, we will do everything we can to coordinate people moving their cars so we can get the snow removed from between the cars. But expecting people to be clearing snow off of people's cars is just not, it doesn't come with the rent. And that's a serious problem. Now, if people are having, individuals are having problems with their vehicles, let Marisol know, she'll let me know. We can contact the churches, have their youth groups go out to help with seniors who have trouble getting their cars cleared, and we'll see what arrangements can be made to get those services available. But if you need those kinds of services, you have to ask us. You cannot just assume that this is going to happen, because it's not. Yes.
I have a question, only because I'm late to the meeting in terms of this. But it's my understanding that from the time that these people moved in to the Royal, that the cars were always cleaned off for them and then plowed out, and they back their car out. So I guess the question is, why can't that continue, that their cars are cleaned off?
It's very simple. Originally,
Well, I mean, what's changed that?
when we had the original building, Old Town Hall houses, before we put the new building up, and when we first put the new building up, we had a contractor whose people would graciously go and wipe snow off the cars.
Right.
And then we had a couple of residents. I do not believe those residents are with us anymore. I think they're all gone. But however, what they did left an impression. They threatened to sue both the contractor and the housing authority because they said in the process of clearing the snow off their cars, the cars got scratched, and they expected the contractor and the housing authority to have their cars repainted or have the scratches repaired. Nobody, not the housing authority, not the Royal, nobody wants to take on the insurance liability of having to ensure that doesn't happen again. So because we are an independent living facility, it's not something we have to provide. Ergo, we don't.
What would prevent you from asking anyone who wants that to have to sign a waiver? That's simple. If you want that, here's the waiver. If you don't want to sign the waiver, we will. Again, you're asking people. Listen, I mean, as I said, I'm late to the game in terms of this. I'm merely asking a question.
I understand, and if people come to us and tell us that they would like that service,
right,
we will do everything we can to find somebody who will provide that service.
Right.
The companies that we hire to do the snow plowing will not provide that service because their company doesn't want to accept the liability. Even with a waiver, they don't want to accept the liability. There are ways to get it done. As I said, a number of the youth groups from the churches will provide the service for seniors. We can contact the Boy Scout. I mean, there's a number of different places we can go. And if I get a list of who wants the service, we'll do everything we can to find somebody to provide the service. We'd like to get it provided at no cost, obviously. But, and we need to know what the liabilities are when we do provide these kinds of services.
Right.
I hear you. Believe me, I hear you.
I know that At Home, the charity,
Yeah.
does have volunteers who do things like snow removal and leaf removal, so that might be another option.
Again, there's a whole list of places that I can contact, and I'd be more than willing to do that. But I need a list of names of who wants the services.
Maybe there could be a sign-up sheet posted.
Yeah, Joe, when do you want this done by? Because Liz and I can certainly put up a list, manage it, and get it to you.
Yeah.
So that it has some oversight.
The sooner the better, because it gives me more time. I don't know when the next snow.
Exactly, all right. So we'll put one up over the weekend with a cutoff date of, we'll put it up tomorrow, or, well, we can get it up by tomorrow night with a cutoff date of February 2nd.
Get the list to me, and I'll start making phone calls to
Yeah, and we'll give you,
work it out.
we'll make sure that it's apartment numbers
Yep.
and space numbers so that you've got something to work on.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I think we can do that very easily.
I would also give car, make, model, and like last few
And
letters.
everybody knows,
Okay.
everybody understands.
Right,
We're not accepting the liability if somebody
right,
believes that.
we'll put that right up at the
the car has
top,
been
not a
damaged.
problem.
Everybody will do everything they can
Yeah.
to do it
Okay,
responsibly.
and you also want the make of the car?
It'd be nice if we had a license number or something
License,
to
okay.
indicate what we're doing.
You got it. And we'll have it back to you by the 2nd of February,
That's
because that
fine.
gives us,
That's fine. I don't think there's any serious snow in the forecast between now
well,
and then.
no, but if we gave them 30 days, they'd take 37.
Yeah, I get it, I understand.
So, yeah, we'll get it done for you.
Okay, anything else? Done. Moving right along. So we've got the property manager's report. New business, we got anything?
No.
Anything left hanging under old business that we haven't covered? We covered the floors,
The patios, it was already.
we covered the patios. Anything under old business that we've forgotten that we haven't talked about?
No, everything's already.
Okay, there's no, I see nobody here from the Heights, so I'm assuming there's nothing going on. Joe, are you aware of anything that I'm not aware of?
And it's been a little quiet.
It's just the parking,
Just parking, yeah.
the cars being, people dropping, having other family members bringing cars to park here, and we know with being that it's cold, they're taking advantage, and we're not there patrolling there.
Yeah.
I'm not, at least right now, but we try our best. I have said go around, check the stickers. You know, we just have a lot of people come in and park cars in the property that they're not either tenants or friends, or they have too many extra cars.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, parking. Where you pull into to the Royal?
Yes.
That little loop in there? Okay, so cars pull in, don't pull up to the curb, so they're half in the lane, as you're familiar with, Joe, half in the space. Now they open up their car doors on the driver's side.
Right, and block
So-
the whole.
And block the whole thing. Not only that, they endanger people trying to leave because they're now facing incoming traffic, or the poor guy who's coming in, who is now either faced with a car, or why not a yellow painted line there? Maybe that will bring it to their attention. The sign, they obviously don't have reading skills, so that's for naught. The other dangerous issue is when you pull out of the Royal, the no parking other than 2 hours, which isn't observed, is really too close. It needs to be moved down about, I would say, safely 8 or 9 feet. Because when you go to pull out, if they're right up to that sign, you're pulling out into oncoming traffic of the post road, and you cannot see around them.
Okay, one of the things that we need to do, we need to talk to the parking authority,
I've talked to them.
which I will do. Those two are...
Two cars. There are two cars who park there constantly.
Understand. We'll find out what they are. I do know that the two cars that are there regularly are assistants to residents. We can identify them, and we can ask them to move farther down the road. But what the parking authority has to do is, number one, get rid of those 2-hour parking signs, because that's ridiculous. When we built the building, before we built the building, we made a deal with the parking authority that the residents would be able to park on the post road and on Academy Street without any problem.
Right.
So those signs got to get out of there. But what should be replacing them is a sign 6, 10, 12 feet from the corner.
Yeah.
That says, no parking from here to the entrance.
Exactly.
Those signs, they exist. We know they exist because they're in other places. We see them around town. They should be posted there so that people don't...
So what do we have to do? Do we have to go to Borough Hall to get that done?
I'll
Or
call town hall. I'll call the parking authority. I'll take care of it.
Because it is a dangerous situation.
It's ridiculous.
And I will tell you, honestly, I have parked on the post road once. I don't know why anybody would want to park it. It's like take your life in your hands to get out of the car.
It's only gonna get worse.
Driving on post road is
All the
like...
construction.
You know. Yeah, and you think moving the signs will make it worse?
No.
No.
The new building going up downtown,
Oh, further downtown. Yeah,
it's, traffic's gonna be a nightmare.
Traffic's not going to get better. It's going to get worse.
yeah, well, you know.
But I hear you. I'm aware of it because I put up with the same thing myself. We'll see what we can do with it. We'll talk to the parking authority and see if there's anything.
But the parking in the front, what Marisol can do is resend a notice to all the tenants and reinforce that that sign that we already put up outside. If any guests or any family members, even excuses like.
I think if we had it stenciled there, no parking, and a yellow line painted, maybe they would get the, whatever.
The yellow line is
Legally, the
just
sign's
gonna.
gotta be up.
Yeah, it's just, we put the signs already, but the lines is just really not gonna be also a property, it's not gonna be like, the look for the property is not gonna be.
It's a public city.
Yeah.
I mean, we had somebody last week pull in vertically, like it was not parallel parking, it was like vertical parking.
Yeah, so-
It was insane.
So we can send the notice to the tenants to make the tenants aware that if their family members themselves or any visitors park there, we will reinforce the rules. Actually, Marisol requested me today the information for the towing company, and we told the cars are their own expense, and we're gonna have to probably monitor that better. But also we have the problem with the delivery people, the FedEx, any deliverers, Amazon, they also park there. So we can monitor as much as possible. It's always been an issue. It's just some tenants tend to really take advantage of that area too. So all we can reinforce is to our tenants so they can let their guests and their friends know to not park there. Everybody's always like, I'm just pulling out my groceries, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. So we can just send a notice and reinforce towing cars.
Earlier, Marisol, you said something about the parking and I couldn't hear it. What did you say? About the parking and about the events at the Royal, because I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Parking audit that we're finishing.
Yeah.
So what's your question? I'm sorry.
I'm just
She didn't
asking,
hear
I
it.
didn't
She
hear
didn't
what
hear
you
it.
said.
Oh, okay, that we were in the process of the parking audit. There's still some residents that have to pick up the parking permit to identify to see which spots are vacant.
Okay.
So we can monitor it closely because there's too many people parking in any spot. There's too many guests parking in people's spot as well.
Okay. Yeah, I asked because my problem is not
Yeah, he spoke
having,
to me about that.
having my spot taken away.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, no, there will be a sign. We're just trying to categorize to see which ones are the ones that are vacant.
Okay. And then you said there was a problem with the person who's doing activities, but they're going to be starting again or something? Is that
Yeah,
what you
we'll
said?
start in February. Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm deaf in one ear and I positioned
No,
myself.
it's
poorly
okay.
tonight.
That's fine. No worries.
Okay, anything else? Anything else going on at the Royal that I'm not aware of?
We had a pizza party.
I'm sorry?
We had a pizza party. It was
We had a
fun.
pizza party. Good.
Yes.
Did you
I was not
have,
invited.
did you have fun?
We did. We all chipped in. We had the pizza delivered. We
Good.
dabbed.
That's That's good.
That's something
And
positive.
having a Super Bowl party too.
We're gonna try,
We're
yeah.
gonna try, we haven't had much success last year.
Yeah, so far we haven't
so-
gotten a lot of people to sign up, but we'll see.
I have to be very honest. Now, for those of you that don't know, I live there. I live at the Royal. And I have my Patty, poor Patty, putting up with all kinds of health problems. So I have help coming into the apartment. We contacted the Visiting Angels. And by the way, if anybody's looking for outside assistance, Visiting Angels, I highly recommend them. They do a lovely job. But I have 2 gals who come different times during the week to help me with, do things that Patty needs having done. And both of them have commented on how nice our building is. Because when they get on the elevator, get off the elevator, down in the lobby, people are nice to them. They say, hello, how are you? Have a nice day. They said it's not like other buildings where people just walk by each other like they don't even
And
exist.
I have to compliment the cleaning service that does our building. They keep that place spotless.
She does.
I
She does a
mean,
great job.
She is amazing.
We had an issue last week before. Kathleen was out a day,
Was
one
last
day. And we didn't want the place to get, because it's winter time, the stuff gets tracked in and out. Marisol had somebody from their company come and clean the tenant. I got more phone calls. Where did she go? Where did she go? Has she been replaced? Has she been replaced? No, it was just one day because we didn't want the halls to get dirty. So yeah, everybody recognizes we're incredibly fortunate that
She does a great job.
they really do a beautiful job. Okay, moving right along. That's it, we got everything for the Royal
In the Heights, yeah.
and the Heights.
No residents for the.
Do we have anything for the executive session? Is there something, Todd, is there something we should be talking about that we're not? Peter, you're not aware of anything going on, are you?
No, I think everything that I've known was discussed in the meeting, so.
Okay. There may be some things coming up in the future, but there's nothing ready to be discussed by the commission.
When the weather gets better.
Yeah, when the weather gets better. In that case, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. All in favor?
Second.
Aye. The meeting is adjourned.